Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhuttam Avatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, and welcome everyone for yet another show on during this Chaturmasya as we celebrate the 45th Chaturmasya of our beloved Swamiji. Every single day we have been listening to powerful satsangs from Swamiji on various aspects, various dimensions. Today we are going to learn how to become an ambassador of Paramashiva. Of Guru Shiva can be his own ambassador. So today we are going to learn about that. Today we have a very special guest who is joining here to share his journey, how he started from being an IT engineer to becoming a member of Parliament of Kailasa, a left turn that went right. Today we have Sri Vinayaka Shrikantaya from Kailasa, San Jose, who is a founding father of Kailasa, Rajya Sabha Kailasa, as well as a committed Puja-charya of Kailasa San Jose. Nithyanandam, and welcome, Ayya.
Nithyanandam, 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 Nithyanandam to everyone.
Can you please share your journey about that left turn, how you started your journey, and how you met Swamiji, and how your life has just completely turned? Share.
Sure, Ma. Nithyanandam to everyone. Yeah. I'm basically from Bangalore. I'm a software engineer by profession. But off late, I've been doing product management, and I met Swamiji. Actually, I got introduced to Swamiji when I was looking for a solution. Actually, some of you might be knowing that there is a book called Ashtavakra Gita. And then when I was reading it, I came across this very first stanza, which is basically talking about what you should actually cherish. And I was not understanding how to basically apply that in my life. And when I was searching for that, Swamiji's YouTube video came up, and I watched Swamiji's YouTube video this was back in August or July or August 2017. That is when I actually watched this particular video. And then what really immediately hit me or basically engulfed me was the Swamiji's clarity of thought and the very, in my words, I always say it as a very raw approach, means very absolutely no nonsense. It's just direct approach, which basically says, okay, here is the message, which just and Swamiji always delivers that particular message in such a way that being in you just gets it and absorbs it, and that is what actually happened to me back in August 2017, and I'm from Bangalore. And during my lifetime, I do not know how many times I have gone to Mysore on the Bidadi, means via the Bidadi road. And I always used to see when I used to travel, I always used to see Swamiji's photo right at the Adi Kailasa entrance. But it never had occurred to me that I should take that left turn. But after 2017 August, and then by that time I was in San Jose. Then what happened was that, okay, then I started listening more and more. And within maybe in that September, October, before the Maha Sadashivoham in December was announced, before September, October, I had watched almost like 100 or 150 videos of Swamiji, right? Starting from, I used to go, there used to be, it means I still think that website is there. It is now called Nithyanandapedia, but there was this huge list of all the videos. like on the Upanishad, what are the various facets of it, and what are means how to go about each of them. What does each shloka mean? Means one line, just one line of each Ishavasya Upanishad. Swamiji has explained it like almost like 2 to 3 satsangs, like 2 to 3 hours. What does it mean? Those are the things that really pulled me to, means of course it is all his grace. Without the guru pulling you, you will not be able to move across. So that is when I started following Swamiji, and that is how, and then all this culminated in December Mahasadashivoham. I still remember the date very vividly, the very first day, that is 16th of December 2017, when I actually had the Sparsha Darshan, means the energy darshan of Swamiji. And the only question that I have asked him was, Swamiji, why so late? Why did I not take the left turn earlier? And actually, that is when he laughed. He said, come back here, Vinayaka. And then he gave me that hug. He hugged me, and yeah, an amazing hug where you where the being in you will feel, oh wow, this is life. Where that is a moment when I felt, oh yeah, I have really arrived home. Yeah, I have really arrived home. Sorry for yeah. It is such a sweet experience that whenever I think of that particular energy darshan, where Swamiji calls me back and says, hey, don't worry, Vinayaka. And when he gives me that hug, it really puts me into a space of, yeah, whatever, means life is really good. And it is one of the best left turns that I took. That is why I call it one of the most important left turns on the Mysore road or on Bidadi that I took for my, yeah, there's nothing more that I could ask for in my life. That is the context, yeah, of my left turn, yeah. And that's how I met Swamiji.
So beautiful, Aya. Thank you for sharing. Definitely for each and every one of us, having Swamiji in our life is the biggest, greatest gift more that we could ever imagine. And that's it, as you rightly said, we've reached home. The most precious thing that we have, Paramashiva himself, being there as our own guru, guiding us, and through the samsara saga.
Absolutely.
So then you attended Mahasadashivoham. How was your experience throughout?
Oh wow, it was like means after the Sparsha Darshan, like it took me to just kind of was just enjoying it. And then it was an amazing experience in Mahasadashivam as to, yeah, like I always used to feel like whenever I used to see Hinduism and all these things like Goshala, Gurukul, there used to be this unknown, there was this unknown force inside me telling, okay, we have to do something about it, but where to start, what to do, what's the path, that clarity was not there. And I think Mahasadashivam actually put all of that together, that as to what actually is Guru, what is the beauty of just being around Guru in that kind of an ecosystem, and what actually Guru can do. That it's basically, I think it is we take it many times. What happens is that, yeah, okay, you pray to God, and then etc., you pray to your Ishta Devata or whatever, you have your own a way of doing it or approaching it. But what Mahasadashivam did to me was that having that Guru always there in life, that abhaya, that grace that is always there, no matter what you are doing, what you are going through, you go, that got cemented into me that, yeah, that was the beauty of Mahasadashivam. And of course, there are other paraphernalias which come along with once that guru and the bhava of guru, the guru bhakti and the guru krupe starts flowering in you, a lot of other things comes along with it. You don't have to really work towards it as long as you're constantly holding on to this. I mean, Swamiji always in one of his satsang, he always says, right, that there was I think it was his brother's son or something, that whenever he had this biscuit, he always used to hold that biscuit no matter. He used to throw a lot of tantrums, this and all kinds of things, roll around the floor, means do all kinds of things as a child does, but never used to leave that biscuit. So Mahasadashivam actually gave me that understanding that no matter what, hold on to his feet, no matter what. That's it. So that is what Mahasadashivam did to me. So I could, in a matter of how much it was, like 21 days, I think the program was for 21 days at that time. So in a matter of that, in the first 10 days itself, I could see that huge shift happening in me, where that ability to just surrender everything to Swamiji, right? That flow that started, and that got cemented during Mahasadashivam. And of course, the other things like power manifestation and all. I still remember very clearly on the day when we had the Aushada, Swamiji basically said, hey, he addresses everybody whenever he addresses, it is like, he's addressing it to you, right? Hey, go have the Oshada. I think a lot of you are not, you need to start the power manifesting. I have already initiated all of you. I said, oh yeah, what does it mean? I was not very clear. I was not understanding what it means. So had the Aushada, and then I came back, and then we started doing the remote vision. Yeah, that is what I remember. And then out of blue, I could see like, okay, what is a person's rooms looks like? What does the screen look like? What is the color of that particular screen? Where that particular table lamp is located? To which side is her computer monitor oriented? Like the details started coming out like anything, and that's when I realized, oh wow, okay, this is great. This is great. But that's not the main point. The main point is the fact that you are not, I arrived in an ecosystem where it is just free, where I can express myself in whatever way I want, and go through my life with that feeling that I'm always being taken care of, protected, guided. Yeah, like in put it in one of the in the Kalabhairava Stotram, it comes Nityamadvitiyam Ishta Daivatam Niranjanam. When you have Paramashiva as your guru, who is always in Advaita, what is there to worry? Yeah. What is there to worry? Everything means whatever you are feeling, everything is, yeah. That's what Mahasadashivam is.
Beautifully put. Actually, I feel, yes, definitely, I feel like the only life insurance on the entire cosmos is Swamiji. We have heard all kinds of which is not truly, but the only life insurance is Swamiji. So that is the greatest gift that we have. So so from Mahasadashivam, coming back to KAILASA San Jose, you have taken a lot of responsibilities, not only as a dedicated volunteer, taken up the Pujacharya responsibility. You also become a founder of KAILASA, KAILASA's founding father, so the founding father of KAILASA, and also a Rajya Sabha member. From being an IT engineer, you've become a member of Parliament of Assam. How is that journey?
It is it's put in one word is amazing. Deeply, in deep gratitude to Swamiji for taking me through and giving me these responsibilities. Of course, Swamiji says that when you are ready, the responsibility comes to you. And that is what actually Swamiji has been preparing. So after coming back to, means one back in San Jose, yeah, it was more like the 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 puja part of it really drew me towards San Jose quite well in terms of doing the means basically started doing the Guru Puja, and then while doing the Guru Puja, especially when you are doing the Guru Puja every day as your normal routine, as Swamiji calls it as the Charya Pada, your Charya Pada for the morning routine, something profound shifts in you. And my experience, I was not doing I was doing something, but I was not doing anything like a nitya karma or a morning routine or anything like that. But once Swamiji said that, okay, no, get up in the Brahma Muhurta, do yoga and do the nitya and do your nitya puja. Once I started doing that, the a very calm being started becoming me. A very calm being started becoming me, and then that basically led me to understand that, okay, how can I further, means how it basically started kindling in me, how can I further contribute to this great, the huge amount of work that Swamiji has been doing, right? Means Swamiji has been has been pouring everything. Literally, when I say everything, means everything. It is not it's it is easy to trivialize that particular part or overlook that part, but Swamiji has been pouring everything into establishing Sanatana Hindu Dharma and basically bringing back the identity that you are the identity that it is so powerful to be a proud Hindu. It is so powerful to be a proud Hindu. So that is so with that thing, I was wondering how do we basically further that one, and what is it that we can do from our perspective. And that is when I got introduced to the Sarvagna Pita Yajman opportunity. And then and then I took it up. And what I would say is that to everybody who is watching this is that the more you give, the more you get. The more you give is the more you get, because Swamiji says that only that kind of a wealth consciousness is what is makes you to basically give. So in one of the satsangs, Swamiji beautifully says, you feel you are wealthy, so you give. That's it. So that is the cognition that started happening inside me during that time. So I became I could Swamiji then accepted my this one as an Yajman. And then I became then what we call as became a Chit Sabha member because of becoming an Yajman. And then started doing volunteering in the temple with the various pujas and all other things. But then the very first then during in I think it was last year December, last December is when Swamiji announced the PSS program as or the Paramashiva Sena program. And I think what as Sanatana Hindu Dharma, or what as Hinduism we need is that the a force to stand up, a force to stand to an ecosystem where we can relate to and keep on standing up to it and go back to it, and then responding back to the various kinds of attacks that are happening. But that was all correct, and Swamiji was really doing it. But what could the question in me was, what is it that I could do? And that is when PSS happened, the Paramashiva Sena happened. And so thankful to Swamiji, and it is always, when I go back, when I look back at the PSS, the very first PSS, and Swamiji beautifully says that, hey guys, the first PSS, all the people who joined were caused by me. I think I always cherish that statement when Swamiji says that one. um, so but coming back to the main point as to what is the most important takeaway, like I was saying, the thread in me was, okay, what is Sanatana Hindu Dharma? What is it that we could do, etc. And what is it that is what is it that is happening from, just as a step back, because what is right now happening in the whole Sanatana Hindu Dharma and its furthering is that, as you can see, is that there is a huge amount of attacks that are happening from various angles, whether it is legal, political, or whether it is media. Of course, I think it is better to talk less about media, because you can see that it is always these are the kind of I call it as the funneled attacks that are happening, and and especially on Swamiji, not just these kind of attacks, but also the attacks on life. So PSS, as the name itself says, it is a Paramashiva Sena, means the army, or the people who are ready to basically to fight for Hinduism or Sanatana Hindu Dharma, is the kind of a thing that is needed. But in what aspects? How are we going to understand what is happening? How are we going to understand what is needed? Means, of course, it is easy to say that, okay, we want to fight, but what is it that you want to fight for? What should be your way? How you should go about it? What are the kind of understandings that you should get? What are the kind of physical understandings? When I say physical, what are the kind of political understandings that you should get? What are the kind of frameworks that you have to understand in order to basically respond to it correctly? So that is what happened to me in PSS. Apart from the various other things, like for example, the beautiful Swamiji's, as I means most of you know that, or maybe not be, or if some of you are not aware, then there are a lot of simple uh, kriyas which are there, like and a lot of simple sciences that Swamiji has given, like the entire completion, the science of completion that Swamiji has given is an amazing one. Means, if you the more you start internalizing these things, the more you will understand as to what actually these sciences are, and how they are superbly beneficial in understanding these and navigating your life. But coming back to the PSS part of it, so that is what happened to me in PSS, that I started understanding why having a political legitimacy for Sanatana Hindu Dharma is so important, and how Kailasa as a nation, as the very first nation for all the, because the last Hindu nation that we had was Nepal, and I think we lost that in 2005 or 2006. That is when we lost it. So there are no more places where we can actually practice Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And here I would like to give an example which I have gone through, as to why we need this political legitimacy. This was during Mahasadashivam, and when I was a kid, I grew up in Mysore with my grandparents. Um, and during the Shankranti time, fire walking, crossing over the fire, walking through the fire under the guidance of the Sanatana Hindu Dharma, under the guidance of the gurus and the temple ecosystem at that time, was just very normal. And when Swamiji and during Mahasadashivam, there was an announcement saying that yes, we are going to do the similar kind of a fire walking. So I was very excited actually. I was very excited and said that, oh wow, now we are going to do fire walking with Swamiji as Paramashiva, as the Guru who is going to guide us through that one. But what happened was that this program was being conducted at that time in Bidadi in Bangalore. At that time, what happened was that there was basically I think there was a decree from the Karnataka government at that time saying that no, fire walking is all superstitious. It should not be done. It is dangerous. It came in like that. It from a statement perspective, it looks very like as if they are actually taking care of us, but that is not what has happened. They are systematically attacking the very fabric. There are certain practices, because these are the practices that when you go through, it is like when you have an accident and your arm is let us say a bone is broken. You will not basically, you will have to go through certain amount of surgery, certain amount of rehabilitation. You have to just force that one. So similar to that, there are certain practices in Sanatana Hindu Dharma which basically make sure that you come back to your normal blissful state very fast, so that your karmas are removed. And this is one of those kind of rituals. So when Karnataka government said that no, it is not possible, that is when it started. So I was able to play it back, and I could understand that hey, you really need a legitimate place and means a legitimate place means a legitimate location where all of us as Sanatana Hindu Dharma people or Hinduism people or a proud Hindu, where we can practice all these kriyas, all these rituals without any hindrance. So just wanted to share that background there, that why it is so important. And that is what PSS actually equipped me with, in terms of the ability to understand why a nation is required, what is a nation, what actually it takes for a nation to be formed, and helped me in cementing this understanding so that I can also explain it and stand strong. That's
So
what
true.
was for me.
Yes, so true, Aya. In fact, the Hindus and Hinduism are being attacked so systematically and so subtly that even we Hindus, even born Hindus, are not able to see it.
Correct.
And we've been going through persecution for so long. Since 700 years, we've been going through consistent, persistent persecution. And the worst part is that the persecution is happening, but we've been made to forget about the persecution, the ethnocide and genocide that we've been going through. It's called double genocide. And literally the history has been erased. The history has been rewritten. So even we Hindus, we are not aware. So that is why today these subtle lies are being taught to us. And these, we are being persecuted so subtly that even we Hindus, we are not able to see it. And Swamiji, of course, re-established Kailasa, the only Hindu nation, and Kailasa was the first to talk about the persecution that we've been going through at the United Nations. For the first time ever, the persecution of Hindus, centuries of ethnocide and genocide, was spoken at the United Nations. And so what you said, Aya, it's so true, and even I can resonate, with what you're saying. I was born and brought up in Mauritius, but when you were saying about fire walking as a kid, I was probably around 6 years old. I remember walking on the fire, and for me as a kid, I did not quite understand what was happening. I just, thought that is my parents brought me to a Hindu ritual, right, with lots of people around. It was fun and so on. But then, as I grew older, I started hearing people saying that, it is demonic practices and so on. That's why people are not doing it anymore. And for me at that time, I could not really understand what that mean and what is what the science, the powerful science that we are losing. And it's only after meeting Swamiji, Swamiji came into my life and he explained the science of fire walking, how walking on fire literally, transforms our biomemory, muscle memory. So it has a very deep scientific meaning to it. So now, let us hear from Swamiji, where Swamiji is explaining what you've actually been mentioning, Aya, how, Hindus are being persecuted, how we are losing the sciences of Hinduism, the indigenous time, ancient time tested sciences of Hinduism that has solutions to all the problems, literally all the problems that the world is facing today. So let us go ahead and listen to Swamiji Satsang.
Sure.
Listen, all here have some really factual obstacles because the way actually, Ma Pushkala, what you just shared, right? It is so important, like that one cognition from all other beautiful.
Oh, oh. Paramashiva's direct message from KAILASA. The ultimate mana unmana. The ultimate mana unmana. The mauna of Dakshinamurti is mana unmana, means neither verbalization or visualization, vigara, vigalpa happening inside, nor external visualization, verbalization is able to penetrate your consciousness. Sitting as Suddha Shiva is the ultimate source of life. Listen. Every day, even 11 minutes of chronological time, sit with that Suddha Shivam as Suddha Shivam, pure Shivam, where inside you don't generate any visualization or verbalization. The external visualizations and verbalizations don't hit you, don't penetrate you. I tell you, the power of this space. I'll reveal from the Sakshi Pramana something happened today. As usual, I got up early morning and sat in samadhi. Usually after getting up, I sit again and fall into samadhi. Of course, lying down also, it's only samadhi, there's no sleep. From lying down samadhi, I sit up and sit in samadhi. In that Suddha Shivam, I can see clearly how the artha, the wealth of Kailasa is structured, and how that can be mapped to this planet Earth. See how, listen, when I saw that revelation, I understood why Hindus are most successful business people, gives to many countries. Listen, Europeans went to many countries in the garb of business people and grabbed those nations, enslaved those nations. But Hindus were taken as a slave to so many countries, whether it is Africa, Australia, Oceania, Caribbean. To so many countries, Hindus were taken as a slave, but they have become a successful business people. Even after becoming successful business people, they freed themselves from slavery. Then they become successful business people, but never grabbed those nations. I saw Hindus by the very dharma, the way they are engraved, filled with the dharma, they need very less governance. They don't need governance. Hindus have that joint family system, panchayati systems, which is actually the small unit of government by itself. Your joint family is a small government by itself. Your grandmother is the investigation officer. Your grandfather is the judge. Your mother is the home minister. Your elder brother, the eldest son of the house, is the finance minister. It's a government by itself. And I want all of you to remember, this whole revelation happened in me from the space of no verbalization, no visualization. It just manifests. and I saw it got mapped into this earth, Bhumi, this Bhumandalas, Dharma, the natural law of the Bhumandala, the first sutra I wanted to reveal to all of you. Bring this mana unmana as your space at least once a day. Once a day, sit as Suddha Shivam. The silence of Dakshinamurti, where there is no verbalization, visualization inside, and no verbalization, visualization from outside penetrates you. This space generates so much prana. Your attention span gets larger than anyone you meet as second person or third person. Listen. After the COVID pandemic, one of the biggest after effect of the COVID pandemic, whole humanity is suffering is loss of attention span. Every mental disorder starts from loss of attention span. I'll call it as the conscious competence, your ability to be awake, alive. When people talk to you, when you talk to people, during the relationships, personal relationships or business relationships, every action, the attention span that conscious competence of attention span decides your success or you are going to get succumbed to the situation. This is the ultimate sutra. Any level. Actually, when I was illegally arrested and they were investigating, it was a fun. My attention span is so strong, and I look into the eyes of those officers who are trying to investigate me. They will forget the whole statement they are supposed to make. That is why I wanted these videographs. They video recorded the whole thing. I wanted those videos. We applied in the court. We have a right to get the copy. But do you know the funny thing? The police came and told the court that it all got stolen. Because they know if those videos comes out, not even once they were able to ask one question completely to me. I'll just penetrate into their eyes. When they are uttering the first few words, I know where the question is going. Just my facial expression, just my face muscles, the way it expresses. The person who is questioning will get gaslighted so much. He will forget the question. Nothing can shake you if you build conscious competence. Every situation you face in your life can add strength to you. Every person you meet in your life can become strength to you, power to you, friend to you, just by you building conscious competence. Means the intense attention span, being Suddha Shivam. If you are a Suddha Shivam, it radiates in you so many ways. In Hindu tradition, there is something called Shamantakamani. The quality of that Shamantakamani is, even if you hide it, if you dig 100 feet hole and hide it inside that, it will automatically come up by itself and shine. Even once a day, just for 11 minutes in the morning, if you sit as Suddha Shivam, that samadhi state, that conscious competence, it becomes like a Shamantakamani. Any amount of stress, external incidents, information, attacks, anything dumped on you, it just come up and radiate. Nothing can outsmart you. Just today, what Paramashiva revealed in that Suddha Shivam state is a multi-billion-dollar creative business plan for Kailasa. It's a contributing. It's like a win-win-win. Anyone who gets involved will win. His client will win. Kailasa will win. Understand? Businessman who gets associated with this plan will win. That businessman's clients will win. And Kailasa will also win. It's like a win-win-win. I was wondering, how come from Samadhi, enlightenment, science will come? We all know. The spiritual powers will come. How come even business plans get revealed? I saw the Hindu Artha Shastra is from Suddha Shivam space. Continuously contributing, generating, which is actually needed to make people's life better on this planet Earth, never exploiting or depriving, blackmailing, destroying. No, I want you to know. The big food industry keeps you sick. Big pharma industry milks you when you are sick. Big food industry makes you sick. Big pharma industry keeps you sick and milks you. Pharmaceutical industry goes to any level for their profits. This whole business plan Paramashiva revealed is absolute contributing, making people's life better and better, great and great, supporting people to live long, blissfully, peacefully, happily, with conscious competence. I'll reveal the details of the Artha Shastra, Artha Sutras.
So beautifully, Swamiji was expanding on the business plan that he downloaded and expressing that win, that solution, and how Hinduism is just contributing, even the business, even the medical doctors. That whole thing is contributing, and so many such revelations. This was one of the revelations during the Paramashiva Sena that Swamiji had revealed. And Aya, you were part of the first batch. Swamiji always says, whenever Swamiji reveals a program, anything, first time we should be there, because you get the best of the best, the cream, right? So this was the business plan was one of the days where Swamiji had revealed this. And every morning, the first session with Swamiji, greatest revelation Swamiji had given. So can you please share your experience being in Los Angeles? You attended the whole entire program, and each day darshans, each day Swamiji's, just hearing Swamiji's voice. If you can please share on that.
Absolutely, ma. Yeah. I'm just I was just listening to, I was just recollecting some of those moments there, and the whole thing was so beautiful. The entire PSS program in LA that happened, and where Swamiji used to the intimacy or the ability to the ability basically Swamiji started coming, means Swamiji started becoming more and more available there, right? That is the beauty of PSS. And especially this was had this I think this happened in the very first or the second day, where the entire win-win-win situation was being how does it benefit, and how that was basically the way of life in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and how the various varnashramas and how the various inputs which used to come into the varnashrama, and how the system was set up in order to make sure that everybody right when the time when you are born and up till your graceful exit, how that entire system was always a win-win-win situation. Like it does not really matter that you have aged in the new in for example in the current system, after about 60-65, it is very difficult for people to get employment, right? We all know that, but that is not the case in the Sanatana Hindu Dharma way of living in the win-win-win situation. They can contribute in a very different way. The experiences that that particular set of people have in terms of life, how is that going to get utilized? What will the other Varnas do? And so that entire system, how to put it together, is what Swamiji explained, and why we should revive it back, why we should revive back that whole system, and how we should start thinking about it, is what happened in PSS. And that was basically the single thread, I would say, which was very important to understand, that why a win-win-win cognition and a mentality and I would say the basic feeling of powerfulness, right? Otherwise, if you see now, by the time you are 50, you start planning for, okay, I will basically get a BP, I will get a cancer, I will get that, I'll get this. So I have to get that kind of insurance. I have to get this kind of an insurance. As Swamiji just recently said, yes, it is a huge nexus between the pharma and the food and the insurance industry, which is basically keeping you the way you are. But now coming back to personally, thanks to Swamiji, right? Thanks to Swamiji. Simple methods in your Charya Pada or the daily routine, like taking Haritaki, taking castor oil regularly, getting up in the Brahma Muhurta, doing yoga. You don't need insurance. You don't need insurance, right? For example, you don't need a health insurance or all these kind of nonsense things, which actually keeps you binded. So Swamiji was explaining why that win-win. So that was the context in which Swamiji was explaining why that win-win-win is so important and central to the whole Sanatana Hindu Dharma and the Varnashrama and all other aspects of it. Yeah, that was what Swamiji was saying beautifully in PSS.
Thank you, Aya. So, like, this was just one revelation, right? There were various revelations that Swamiji gave, including the context for causing.
Yes.
And the whole program, how you said, the intimacy that you felt just by hearing Swamiji's voice, and he was just there being available throughout, including attending to each and everyone's completions, incompletions, questions. Can you share one such intimate moment? I definitely remember one. I wanted to see if you are going to share.
Yeah, sure, man. So one of the intimate moments was that where Swamiji attends to every person so minutely and so precisely. So and then so he said to me that hey Vinayaka, I know you are doing yoga, but still there is some paunch which has come out, a little bit of a paunch that has come out. I don't like my puja charyas to have some amount of that paunch. So do your yoga more intensely. And it came out of blue that it jolted me out and saying, oh God. So I felt happy. I did not absolutely. The beauty is the way I felt it, and I wanted to just spend a minute on that. The first thing that went inside me was that, oh, Swamiji knows I do yoga. That is the first most important thing that happened inside me. Okay, Swamiji knows I do yoga. I don't care whether anybody else knows or not. Swamiji knows. That's the important one. And second thing is that, hey, he is seeing, he's there, he's watching he's there guiding you. Not when I say watching, not from the sense of policing or anything of that aspect. That is not the way that is not what I meant. From a sense of a person, I mean, that from a sense of a guru who is taking you through those various things that you are going through to move you towards the, as Swamiji said, the Shuddha Advaita, the Paramadvaita, that the experience that you really want. So that was one of the intimate, he basically, the way he used to say was basically, that means we used to have these sessions, and basically Swamiji from the background used to come out saying, Om, 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 Om. Okay, everybody are like, and when it happened to me for the first time, I was not even aware that Swami is actually listening 24/7 to what is happening there. And that is what he basically said, that, hey, yeah, so it is attending to all these things. So even we may feel that, okay, this, like, for example, what he said to one another thing that he also said is that becoming more ferocious, for example. That is also what he mentioned once, that to become more ferocious about certain things. Absolutely. So, but once you reflect it back, you know that these simple things are actually what has become a dangerous pattern in you. And Swamiji knows precisely. He does extremely precise surgery. It is more precise than a laser surgery. So a laser, it is that much more precise. And at the same time, it is a combination of being graceful, sweet, and at the same time that precise ferociousness, right? I do not know how to put all these things together in an English word, but in what they say is, as it is just simple Guru Kripe, which takes you through that one and ensures that you don't fall into that one, and it is very, and you basically come out of that pattern even before you, even before something happens to you. So that is what is the beauty of being in PSS. And it doesn't stop there, right? Because now once you have understood what is PSS, you will start flowering in a different way. You will start taking different kind of responsibilities, and Swamiji really knows that what is it that you need, right? What is it that your being needs? So that was a very beautiful, some of those beautiful moments back in PSS. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Actually,
and did I share what you
Swamiji,
were? Did I share what you had?
Exactly. Exactly. So thank you so much for sharing that, Aya. And also, Swamiji himself has said the difference, even if you're attended inner awakening. Sometimes people feel like, oh, I have attended inner awakening. Why do I need to come back to Paramashiva Sena? How has Swamiji explained the difference? Can you please share on that?
There is always, means it is like continuously there is an upgradation going on, right? There are new things, and more importantly, if you see an expansion, Swamiji beautifully says that, see, look, it is not just about, he explains those 6 levels of Paramadvaita that you have to achieve, like starting with the personal one, and then with the society, then with the, and going up to the environment level that he basically says, those 6 steps. So how do you go about it? Okay, you have been doing your things personally, but how are you ensuring that? Because you are not, you as a person, you are not just living in some mountain or in some cave or anything like that, right? You are living amongst people, amongst others. So what does that mean? How is it important to be in completion with others? And and what are the method and what are the simple mechanisms or simple processes, what are the simple sciences that Sanatana Hindu Dharma has, which Swamiji has revealed in terms of how to become complete with all those elements, and how do you start seeing that? Like, we forget that, means many people will, means we always start saying that, we always start judging, start, okay, why did that person say that one, why did she say that, why did he say that, etc., etc. But we forget that it is we who attracted that statement from that person. So then how do you see that one? How do you go through that? How do you understand that? And how do you map it to the final, not the final, but to the grand view that everything is Advaita. Okay, that person is also Paramashiva. She is also Paramashiva. So what she said or what she reacted is an aspect of me which I basically attracted from that person. So that person came into my life because I had this pattern, right? Because I had this pattern, I was not responsible I was not responsible enough to basically take that responsibility and take it to the next level, and that is needed for my evolution and for my flowering. So these PSS programs, no matter how many ever times you have attended, every time, or every satsang, I would say, right? Every satsang, every word of whatever Swamiji reveals is always in progression. So just because we have attended something some time back does not mean that you will not experience something new. You will always experience, and you will always improve. You will always, because so there is no, so that is the only truth. That is the only truth, that that basically Swamiji says that, keep on evolving, taking on more and more responsibility, right? So, okay, you have taken responsibility to yourself, but have you taken the responsibility to your, let us say, your family? Maybe you have, but have you then taken the responsibility to the next level? Have you taken the responsibility to the local sangha? Have you taken the responsibility to the local area? Then have you taken responsibility to the local city? Question is about expansion, and Swamiji beautifully guides in all these things. So that is what was the context in which we should all approach every new PSS.
So beautiful, yeah. See, when Swamiji is working, like, he's working multi-dimensionally. Multi-dimension, simultaneously, like how Swamiji says, simultaneously, spontaneously, various things are happening. The last few months, Swamiji has, dedicatedly the Paramashiva Sena focusing on the United Ancient Nations. The whole science, how Swamiji is reviving these ancient nations, these indigenous nations, and empowering them. The whole, like when Swamiji declared Kailasa, it was mind-blowing, where you wouldn't think someone can, just come and declare, okay, new nation. That was something unfathomable, when the whole entire Hindus were left orphans, no home. Swamiji says, what is there? I am going to declare, I'm going to create a home for the Hindus, and Swamiji declared the Hindu nation, Kailasa. Now that we thought was, something unfathomable. And then Swamiji comes with the United Ancient Nations. How amazing it is. Like, okay, there is a United Nations for all the countries. What about all the indigenous nations that are all over the world fighting for their rights, not having their own sovereign lands, struggling, fighting? And here Swamiji comes and says, come on, let us form. And he created this United Ancient Nations for all the indigenous nations. It is not like, okay, here is Kailasa, one Hindu country under which everything falls under that one blanket. No. Under that, all these indigenous nations, individually empowered, legally empowered, giving them that status and giving them the training for all these indigenous nations, indigenous in each and every delegate that attends this. They come from great kingdoms. They have their own tradition, their roots. Digging them, helping them to dig that out and revive that, and legally, empowering them. That is like so amazing. Something that, Swamiji is always like, if you think it is you think, wow, this is the greatest. And Swamiji goes even more than that. It is, Swamiji always says it is ultimate but not final. So it is like that. Can you please share about the United Ancient Nations? What is your understanding and how, what is your experience with this whole?
Beats. I'm always amazed at the, means not amazed. I'm always looking out for that. What is that next vision of Swamiji, right? I mean, it is always so vast. It is so vast, so how do I powerful has got a very different connotation in the modern world. That's why I don't want to use that word, but it is so inclusive, so very life for life. That's, I think that was the word, because that is Swamiji's word. Yeah. So it is always for life. So UAN is also for life. See, for example, if you see UN, is it for life or is it more out of formed, more out of, for certain agenda? It is a mixture of both. You can see it very clearly, especially in the current way that it is happening and the current things that are happening, right? There are so many wars that are happening, there are so many fights that are going on, all under the nose of UN, correct? All under the nose of UN. But so do we in the whole world, that does everybody feel that it is for life? I wouldn't say yes for that. But now when it comes to Swamiji, when it comes to UAN, when it comes to Kailasa, the fundamental guiding principle is always for life, is what my understanding is. So how do we empower the ancient civilizations which were living with nature, understanding nature, without looting nature, giving back to nature, so that the future generations always can live peacefully, evolve, enjoy life, and just taste the joy of just, means, like Swamiji says, your morning should be just morning. Your afternoon should be just afternoon. When you are drinking tea, you should consciously snack it. My goodness, where are these words coming from? I'm sure it is Swamiji now speaking inside me. So it should be just that. So UAN has given a voice to all those ancient civilizations who feel, or ancient communities. It is not just a civilization. Civilization means people should not feel that it is a huge number of, no, even if you are about 10 of you, even if you are about one of you, but you have your identity available. Swamiji has now shown a path with UAN, with establishing Kailasa, as to how to legally take it forward, so that in the current way of what we are now, in the current way of the current thought process, in terms of recognition of a nation, in terms of having that recognition, taking to the next level, not feeling, so Swamiji has shown this way, right? Swamiji has shown innumerable number of communities, innumerable number of civilizations, innumerable number of tribes that are there. There are various kinds of people who are there with nature. If you see, for example, it means you go to wherever you go in the world, the original people who are there are always with nature. Otherwise, nature would have been destroyed, right? It is only now after what we call as the colonization and all these new things that have happened in the last 3-4 centuries, is when you can see all these kind of problems that have been perpetrated. So those ancient voices, how to basically surface it in a way, most importantly, it is for life. And when I say for life, it means it is, as Swamiji says, it is non-violently, it is ahimsa paramo dharma, right? That is the way it should be. But how do we do it? How do we do it in that one? And that is what is I think Swamiji has really thrown, has kind of created a cookbook, I would say, has kind of created a cookbook or a template that others can use, all other communities in the world can use, and then basically say that, okay, here is the way to come forward, and here is the way to voice your concern. Here is the way you can stand up to what you believe as really the truth, and you believe as the principles for life, so that you can stand up strongly and say that, okay, and have your identity and enjoy, revel, and live that identity, right? Just living that identity. Now, looking back, you had earlier asked the question, what motivated? It was that living that identity. Okay, it means we have Goshala, we have to do something where I was always interested in all these things, but how do I live that identity? And that's what Swamiji basically put together, I would say. Yeah.
So beautiful. Yeah. Actually, as Swamiji is reviving, the Kailasa, actually Kailasa is successfully revived, and now Swamiji is, been working on the United Ancient Nations. And Swamiji has said the purpose of the UAN is for global peace. While the countries, we are, verge and in the middle of the World War III, right? So much of tension between countries. Anything that Swamiji has that has a different meaning, different ultimate, like a ultimate purpose, which we may not see it right away. And the UAN, Swamiji said, is for the global peace, empowering the people, empowering the leaders that knows how to live peacefully, that knows how to live with other communities, that knows how to live with nature, empowering these leaders. And Swamiji has told, you guys won't understand now, but the UAN is the solution for the global peace. It is such a beautiful training that Swamiji is giving and empowering these indigenous people who already know how to, who have lived peacefully for thousands of years, and who are the only solution for global peace. So it is the greatest for us to enjoy this whole Leela with Swamiji, as Swamiji is, transforming the entire world, not only Hindus, but for the entire world. So let us now continue to hear from Swamiji as he launched this Paramashiva Sena, how Swamiji is introducing Paramashiva Sena to us.
Today I wanted to celebrate the power of Suddha Shivam. Then I'll explain how the Suddha Shivam does wonders for your life. See, first thing, don't believe this being Suddha Shivam is very difficult practice. No. It's a simple, pure state which can be developed, mastered by Listen. Sorry for the technical glitch. Listen. Suddha Shivam can be manifested just by simple initiation. Don't believe it is very difficult to manifest that Suddha Shivam. Suddha Shivam is like a lighting one lamp from burning lamp. It's a transmission of lamp, that's all. As long as you find a lamp which is already shining, which is already lit, you may feel it is difficult. But once you find a lamp which is already lit, it is just transmission of the lamp. It is just transmission of the flame. Just, I should say, jump of flame. If you take a unlit lamp near the lit lamp, how the flame jumps. It is just jump of flame. Listen. When people try to conspire against me, I laugh at them. Not just people who are outside, sometimes even inside, those traitors, due to various reasons, they think they can cheat me, try to conspire. I laugh at them. Hey, they try to show that they can outsmart me. But the funny thing is, they are cunning enough, but not smart enough. They are cunning enough, but not smart enough. I can see clearly how they lose the attention span. One good thing is, demons always fail because they are cunning enough but not smart enough. They don't experience Suddha Shivam state. So naturally, they don't have that attention span to carry on even with their cunning plans. Sitting in that mana, unmana state, the Dakshinamurti's silence, where inside also there is no verbalization, no visualization. Externally also no verbalization or visualization makes any ripples in your consciousness, in your inner space. Even if it reaches your senses, it does not go inside. You are there as Suddha Shivam. This space, this state, makes you leader. I tell you, after this COVID pandemic, I can guarantee all my disciples who have experienced and experiencing the Suddha Shivam with me, through me, you guys be rest assured you are going to be a great success in the life, because the attention span level, already human society, whole humanity was suffering with the low attention span level due to the social media and all the disorders, violence and anxiety and lust generated in enormous scale due to this information getting bombarded bombarding your system. Information bombarding your system has brought so many mental disorders, including the attention span loss. This COVID pandemic has made it worse. People stopped seeing. People stopped internalizing. People stopped looking in. People stopped digging even one layer. I can see if we ask people to click second time, first click, you can become e-citizen. Second click, the as Nithyananda AI will open. They are not interested. They are not ready to go to even that level and dig. Forget about reading books. I think reading books is dead. That lifestyle is dead, and books are going to be only kept in museums anymore. Libraries are becoming almost like museums. Reading books and gaining knowledge, digging through the books is gone. Small story. 8-year-old girl runs to mother. Mom, from morning I have not seen my dad. Where is he? Mom replies, it's okay. Morning I had argument with him. We had fight. He must be in the garden. She runs. After a few minutes comes back and says, Mom, I looked around. He is not in the garden. Mom asked coolly, did you dig? So you need to dig in your life to find the truths. So understand, human beings lost the ability to look in. ability even to listen. When I tell a story based on who laughs, who smiles, who got the story, I can clearly make out who is going to get the initiation. Even if you miss one word, you will not catch the story I am telling. When I tell you a story, you won't get it even if you miss one word. It is actually more than to make you laugh, to see whether you are in the span of, in the frequency of initiation, to receive initiation. Mom asked the kid, did you dig? After telling the punchline, I wait and see how many are digging. Receiving the initiation, to be in Suddha Shivam space. Listen. Success is all about your attention span, even your health, physical health is all about your attention span. While you are eating, if you are focused on food, you will not have restlessness inside your system. Literally, your body will absorb the food directly. The chewing will happen beautifully. The amrita from Sahasrara will flow. Listen. Any food, if your mouth moves more than 5 times, it's very beautifully explained in our Ayurveda. Each time your teeth is grinding the food, your tongue is tasting the food, the prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana dimension of the food gets absorbed. If you chew more than 5 times, the amrita from the Sahasrara flows into the food and it gets supplied to the whole body. You are supposed to chew the food well and eat. Is described in a very systematic way. How? When you chew first time, the taste is taken in. The second time, the food builds a relationship with the body. Third time, it gets ready to become your prana. In the modern day, The modern science tries to tell you, you don't have a teeth in the stomach, you only have a teeth in the mouth, so chew well. But the ancient Ayurvedic tradition gives a deeper understanding. If you chew more than 5 times, the nectar, amrita from the Sahasrara comes and mixes with the food, and when that goes inside, it directly gets absorbed. Fundamentally, again it boils down to attention span. If you don't have the attention span, you just dump the food. All the doshas related to food affects your body. You never wake up to the doshas of the food if your attention span is less while you are eating. I am helping you to map each of the sutras into each of your actions in your day-to-day life. Sleep, sex, business decisions, business meetings. Even when you are enriching others. That is why I insist all our devotees, all my disciples, make enriching as your lifestyle, or don't claim you are my disciple. I am making it clear. Not interested in enriching, not convinced about enriching, not enriching means low attention span. You can claim you are my fan, but not disciple. Not devotee. Those who are convinced about enriching others, you can enrich them with a Bhagavad Gita book or digital copy. Give them a simple understanding about integrity or daily satsang. If you are constantly enriching, you will develop the attention span and you will develop the ability to speak into everyone's listening. I am declaring very clearly. All those who are not convinced about enriching others, who are not enriching others about Kailasa and the great truths I am revealing, you are my fan, not devotee or a disciple. When you enrich, if your boss does not know about me, you don't know about me. If your spouse is not convinced about me, you are not convinced about me. You are a fan, not devotee, not disciple. Being a devotee means, disciple means having Suddha Shivam, high attention span, ability to penetrate into anyone's listening, and furthering your conscious space on everyone around you, being the source of life positivity for everyone around you. If your boss comes to you to get some powerful cognition, life positivity, you are my disciple. Everyone around you looks up to you for life positivity, powerful cognitions, solutions for life, then you are my disciple. If not, you are a fan. If you come and say, Swamiji, I tried to talk about you, but they belong to different religion, they push back, I get pushed back, then you are a village that fan makes more noise than air. The noise will travel longer distance than the air pushed by that fan. It will start like a generator. And you can never sleep under it. Attention span brings everything you want and more. I tell you, if you are working in diamond mine, digging every day, discovering this size diamond, that size diamond, sometimes even this size diamond, that is like working. But sitting a Suddha Shivam is a diamond planet landing in front of your home. Trillions of dollars of diamond planet landing, not hitting, landing in front of your home for you as a gift. Unimaginable good effects, side effects, after effects will manifest in your life if you just sit with that Suddha Shivam. When I explain this business plan which came from Paramashiva in that Suddha Shivam space, you will understand why I insist so much on being Suddha Shivam. I had the revelation today how is win-win-win. Lifestyle was revealed in our Arthashastra. First things first. The Suddha Shivam, the pure space where neither there is internal verbalization and visualization, nor external verbalization and visualizations can penetrate you. The mana unmana, mauna of Dakshinamurti. The pure awareness, Suddha Shivam, should be the foundation of life. There are some traditions uses even God for enlightenment. There are some traditions uses enlightenment to serve God. In Paramadvaita, enlightenment and serving God and enlightenment both happens simultaneously, spontaneously, synergetically as oneness manifestation. As I told you, by enriching manifesting enlightenment. Through enriching you manifest enlightenment. This Paramashiva Sena program is mainly going to be giving you the experience of Suddha Shivam and making you as the business partner of Kailasa, of Paramashiva, where you win, your clients win, Paramashiva wins, Kailasa wins, all win. Listen, first time, a powerful business plan to include all the participants who are not Kailasavasis is getting revealed with the clear plan in this Paramashiva Sena program. You might have heard how the Catholic churches have a business model for their followers. Even BAPS, Swaminarayan organization, has business model for their followers. Even Muslim organizations, Muslims, mosques, they have their own business plan for their followers. Kailasa's business plan for the Kailasa's followers is revealed by Paramashiva from the Suddha Shivam space, which is going to be shared to all of you and include all of you, those whoever want to be part in this Paramashiva Sena program. In further satsangs, I will reveal the details. In this Paramashiva Sena program, the training and including is going to be happening formally. Paramashiva Sena program is not only opening up the political structure of Kailasa to all, even the economic structure of Kailasa to all, the spiritual structure of Kailasa to all, political structure of Kailasa to all, economic structure of Kailasa to all. So you become Kailasa's Brahmana by getting included into this spiritual structure. You become Kailasa's Kshatriya by getting included into Kailasa's political structure. You become Kailasa's Vaishya by getting included into Kailasa's business structure. First things first, Suddha Shivam. This is going to be the core. Ultimate you are going to receive in Paramashiva Sena program. Get ready. Come and be part of Paramashiva Sena. So you become part of Kailasa's spiritual structure, Kailasa's political structure, Kailasa's business structure. I welcome you all to Paramashiva Sena. Get ready to celebrate Suddha Shivam.
Swamiji so beautifully introduced the Paramashiva Sena program, reminding us about the structures that we get to be part of, and more than anything, the Suddha Shivam space that each and every one of us get through this program. This program is, the least we can call it as a program. It is not really a program. It is a gift from Paramashiva to become an ambassador of Paramashiva. And this program, for lack of a better word, is offered completely free of cost. This time around, this program in August is being offered in Los Angeles and St. Kitts and Nevis and in Kashi, India. Such a powerful gift where not only helping us to have the right inner image about ourselves, that we are Paramashiva. During this course of the program, we actually get the right inner image of being a Hindu, which has been attacked so much that we are forced or made to be ashamed of our own tradition, of our own religion. Swamiji is empowering each and every one of us to have the right inner image of being a Hindu, being a Kshatriya, being a Brahmana, and being a Vaishya. The whole structure Swamiji is revealing to all of us. So if you are watching, please do register to Paramashiva Sena at ecitizen.info/PSS. So today we had Sri Vinayaka Srikantaya join us and share his beautiful experiences about his left turn that he made that went right, and ever since, no turning back. I would like to ask you, what is the message that you would like to give to those people that have not made the left turn yet?
What are you waiting for? Don't wait. Don't wait. Just take the left turn. Just jump. Just jump. Life will be magical. Life will be magical. Want to experience how life will be magical? Take that left turn now. Jump. Whatever is your left turn, don't delay it. For me, it was a left turn. But for you all, it could be for each one of you, it could be your own left turns. But don't wait, just jump, just jump. Like Swamiji just said, first things first. That should be your first thing first. Attending PSS, nothing is more important than this. So that would be my message.
Wonderful, Aya. Thank you so much for joining and thank you for sharing your experiences. It is so beautiful. Every single day we have, the Kailasa's founding mothers, founding fathers joining and sharing their beautiful experiences, how Swamiji has transformed each and every one of our lives, and each one radiating that one ray, one dimension of Swamiji. And, we are so blessed during this Chaturmasya as we are listening to Swamiji and having these powerful cognitions, reminding of those beautiful experiences, the greatest gift that we have in our life, Swamiji. So thank you all again for joining. We would look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Let us now close with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tatsat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam.